season and a lot of times a tough political environment, there are a lot of things that divide us. There's one that unites us completely, and that's the security of the people of the United States and certainly the security of the people of our area. I've been around Leavenworth for some period of time. It's a pretty active, robust political climate. You can find people on a lot of different sides. There's complete unanimity that the community of Leavenworth and everybody in the surrounding area is opposed to the detainees from Guantanamo Bay being transferred to Leavenworth, period. Complete unity on that issue. This facility in Leavenworth is not designed and is not capable and is not legally lawful to be able to take the detainees from Guantanamo Bay. All of these points are accurate, and I don't believe they can be overcome. First, it's important to note that federal law already prohibits the commingling of military personnel, military prisoners, with a detainee population. Next, it's important to point out that even if we cleared the disciplinary barracks of all military personnel and military prisoners, the facility is unsuited for housing detainees. The DB, as I'll refer to the disciplinary barracks, is primarily a medium security facility. Only one wing meets maximum security requirements, and it is too small to deal with the Guantanamo Bay population. And we can't forget that at Guantanamo Bay, the most dangerous detainees live in a facility separated from the rest of the detainee population itself, something Fort Leavenworth could not provide. I believe the case against moving the Guantanamo detainees to the DB is overwhelming. It is not legal. The DB is not secure enough. Fort Leavenworth is not big enough. And the implications for other activities on post and in the Leavenworth and Kansas City area are far too severe. For these reasons, I will continue to press the incoming administration, the Department of Defense, and my colleagues in Congress to oppose moving detainees to Fort Leavenworth. And we're going to push this strong.
We're coming up on 4th Street, which is also K7 that runs from here down to Kansas City. This is the main road through Leavenworth and Lansing. It's also the main way to get to Fort Leavenworth. This is Metropolitan Avenue. This is the main route that takes you up to northeast Kansas. It's also the connection point between Kansas and Missouri. And you'll see the bridge here to the right that goes over the Missouri River that connects the two states. This is your access point here for northeast Kansas through Missouri. And it is basically the boundary of Fort Leavenworth to the Missouri River, which is just over the rise here. The reason we don't want the front gate photographed is for security reasons.
This is one of the primary concerns too. As you can see, that gate's not heavily secured, and then right inside the gate you have a junior high. So if you can bust through that perimeter, not that difficult. You can get to this flash point pretty fast and relatively easy. And I don't think it is anywhere out of the scenario that you could see somebody going in there that doesn't have a wish to get out, that takes a lot of hostages and causes a lot of harms and possibly deaths very quickly.
This is all military housing here.
So would these be officers?
This is enlisted housing here. But you'll see the housing is connected to the elementary school, the Command and General Staff College. This is where we have, on an annual basis, 1,400 officers from the U.S. military and international countries attend this facility. This is just a year old. It was opened last year in August for the first time.
This is, when you talk about the intellectual center of the Army, this is the physical entity that we're talking about. Of course, it's a physical plant, but the actual piece are the 1,400 that pass through here. And it's this is critically important. As you can see, the security around it is not tight.
see the floodplain out over here. As you may recall, the original point, the fort was supposed to be located on the Missouri side, and when the commander came out, Henry Leavenworth came out, he says, you never locate the post on the lowland, you put it on the highland. So it should have been in Missouri, but we finally got one from him, and he came over on the Kansas side and located it here.
But all this land to our direct front is private land.